Hello everyone, this is Pilpoh. Welcome back to All the Mods 10 To The Sky. Now, today we've got two important things to get done. And we've got, well, I've done a bunch of stuff between episodes, I will admit. Now, you could tell because I've marked them down. We've got two areas that I want to get automated today. Now, first off, this area is going to be for the Eclipse alloy, or whatever it's called, the Eclipse, this stuff. Eclipse Ember Block. And this one over here is going to be for the Time Crystal until we get enough to make the Time Bee. Because I've never made the Time Bee, if I'm honest. The Time Bee got added after I finished all the mods 10, to be fair. So, yeah, maybe we give this one a go. I think that is not that bad. We could probably definitely get this one done, I reckon. Should have made the Sculpt Bee a while back. I feel like the Sculpt Bee was a really good one to make. And to be fair, we just make the Time Crystal automated anyway, because I think it's quite an easy automation, especially in this pack. Boosted crystal growth accelerator thingies. That should be relatively easy. The other one's not going to be as easy, I don't think. By the way, this one does require, the Time Crystals do require swappers and stuff, so we're going to cover that all today, and I'm going to try and do it in a 5x5 area. And I'm going to use copy-paste gadget. And then I'm going to give that copy-paste to you guys. I think that'd be kind of cool. What do you guys think? Yeah. I'll do the same with this one, actually. Thinking about it. Now, today, the plan is we are going to get ourselves, what is it? The Shadow Pulse Goo. Shadow Pulse Goo. This badger. That's the badger right there. And then we need to stick this right in the middle right there. We need to automate this. Now, there's a relatively easy way to automate this. I'm going to use modular routers for one bit of it. Modular... Oh, flipping heck. At modular routers. There we go. I never automate the router itself. I should really do... You know what? I'm actually going to do that this Let's Play. I never do it. And I don't know why. I just don't. Oh, I've added a few things, by the way. This thing over here, by the way, this I'm going for hearts for some reason. This one looks like a heart as well now. I love it. Get it? I love it. Anyway, I've got two things up here. Now, this one over here is set to singularities. Singularity. I've got 19 already because that's how many we need, right? Let's make 100 singularities. That is 3.2 million. I think that's buckets of water right there. If I do that, you can see how quickly this thing actually works right there. And that's done. Look at that. We just got 100 singularities. Now, the recipe for this is 32,000 buckets of water. And that gets you one singularity. And because we got this quantum computer, it's allowing us to do it now. I think you need the quantum computer. Otherwise, it doesn't have like the correct amount of space to like store all that water or something. I don't know, but it didn't work before. I did try it. I did try that one before and it just didn't do it. So maybe you do need the quantum computer. And then I've still got my old one over here, which is for making matter balls, because we still need matter balls for things, right? I've just removed my singularity thing from this because we don't need that anymore. So this thing needs a modular router at modular routers. Actually, autocraft one of those now. This is just going to sit directly on top. And I'm just going to have an activator on there. Now, activator. Like that. There you go. Now, what I will say about this is the fact that if you use the activator from Just Dire Things, or whatever it's called, the item user, or I can't remember what it's called now, advanced block user or something. With the words I just said, it was one of combination of those words, right? It's one of these things right here. I think it's the clicker. Yeah, that's the one. So it wasn't a combination of the words. Anyway, this one, you can click it on there at a distance. The problem is, if you were to click, in our case, we're going to use some skulk, right? So skulk like this. Let's say I was to click this on there at a distance using the advanced clicker. For some reason, it always places one on top. So in my opinion, I'm just going to use this this old activator module right here. And we can put this one on. And there you go. It's going to activate the Shadow Pulse Goo. And we'll just fill this with Skulk. Kind of makes sense, doesn't it? I can use a puller module as well. I can pull from maybe an interface down here somewhere. Might be a good idea. Anyway, the plan is we are going to use that placer or the activate, or whatever it's called, clicker. Do we use the clicker? No. Have a look at just diaphragms. We need the block placer, don't we? Yeah. Yeah, so this thing right here. So we need an advanced block placer. So I need to make another dispenser. I should probably make the recipe for the dispenser, to be fair. There's a few recipes that you want to make, like, that are just regular old vanilla recipes, like the piston recipe. For some reason, I always find the piston recipe really annoying. Like, I know it off by heart and everything. I just find it annoying to make. I don't know if that's just me, but probably is just me. Anyway. So we want to make this advanced block placer. And the reason we want this advanced block placer is because we can feed items into this once we've got power and stuff into it. And we can make it place in a 3x3 area. So that's 3x3, like right on top of it. Let's go up. Actually, we want it to be exactly that. Is that the other way we want to go? Yeah. Yeah. There we go. Ooh, look at that. Lovely stuff. Now, obviously, we don't want it in the corners here. We literally want it to place here, 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 and underneath. And that kind of automates everything if we do it that way. So I'll give you an example. Well, before we do that, let's get some... I'm going to use iron bars. I used this in my my most recent All the Mods 10 playthrough. I'm just going to pop these down in this area. And just like that. Now, it can't place... Oh, you know what? We don't want it in this area either, do we? So maybe I do this as well. This is actually exactly what I did last time, so... But at least we know it works, right? There you go. So, right now, the only places that... I'll tell you what, we can get some... let's get a flux point. I'll pop a flux point on here. Alright, put it on there even. Thank you. And then what we could do is we could put, like, I don't know, some cobblestone in there for now. And you'll see it's putting it in those faces right there. And that is all the faces of this this shadow pulse goo that we've got. I'm going to remove that now. So, all we need to do is power this and say, place the stuff that you want to convert. So in our case, it'll be like a block of iron will convert into the stuff from... Oh, actually, that's not exactly what we want to do, is it? Because we don't really need to do the stuff from just... I mean, I'm going to automate all of it. Might as well do all of it, right? Let's get ourselves a wireless over here, and I'll start making recipes for this. So if we put a wireless directly in the middle, like that, and I'll just get a bunch of cables, and we'll just go off the side here, like that. So, pattern provider. Let's get ourselves probably an extended. I don't think we need an extended, but we might do. You never know. Right there. There you go. I also need to link that, don't I? So, let's do that. I had a comment recently from somebody saying that this is not a functional ME controller, but I mean, just because it doesn't have a lot of P2P all over it, these things are basically P2P. I know in this case, we probably could have got like 1, 2, 3, 4 more sides out, or you know, 3 more sides out of it. But it's just, we don't need all of the channels. I don't understand why people are so obsessed with all of the channels that you can get out of this thing when you're not going to use them. I mean, I'm not going to use them. Maybe you guys do use them. If you do use them, let me know, because, yeah. That's another thing, by the way. This one right here, I'm not doing the pattern anymore for, what do you call it over there? No, sorry, down here. So I'm not actually doing the pattern for the, netherite. There you go. I'm not doing the netherite pattern. I'm just doing the regular pattern because we've got enough gold and we've got enough netherite, so netherite scrap. And it's just ridiculously quick to do it via, you know, a regular craft now. So it made sense for me to do that. I can get like 1,000 in no time. So yeah, there it is. Anyway, right, let's crack on with this. So we got the advanced block breaker. or placer at least. We need to do some patterns, don't we? So if I do shadow pulse goo, I think it does tell us. Aha, there you go. So I can do that one, that one. Oh wow, there's a lot of recipes here. You can make a time crystal block out of it. I didn't realize that. That's pretty cool. I don't think that's what we need to do in this case though. Maybe it is. Maybe not. Okay, so we've done those ones. That's next recipes. Portal fluid. I mean, there's quite a lot of recipes here, I will admit. Okay. Ah, yeah, there you go. That's what we were looking for right there. Oh, yeah. We'll probably do this recipe right here. How do we do the overcharge stuff? I could do this. I could genuinely do this if I wanted to. Okay, I'm actually going to do that recipe right there. I think I've got the advanced battery. Nope. Okay, so we need to do the advanced battery as well. But we got all the rest of that stuff already. Stick that one in there, and then we can make the recipe for this one as well. Cool. Okay, and then why did we need that again? Sorry, we needed it for the budding amethyst. That was it. So let's quickly make an assembler recipe for the budding amethyst, and then I could take that one down here. I did set up a couple of assembler recipes. Like now we've got these sort of things right here. I will say there is a lovely recipe in this, and I'll just show you it right here. These ones right here, you don't need to do all of the lasery stuff that you get from Oritech. You can just use power. I'm so glad, because I would much prefer to use power, because we've already got it set up. So that was quite useful. Right. So now what we can do is we're going to actually need a time crystal. So we're going to do it right now, I think. Budding amethyst cluster right there. So that's going to take its time, actually. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab that. I'm going to pop it against this. And then we'll get ourselves a time crystal. And we'll put the time crystal right in the middle here. And I'm going to do it. I'm going to do what everyone keeps commenting on my time crystal video. I think it's a meme at this point, right? I think it's a meme. It might be a meme, but I'm going to use the cardboard box. I used the swapper to just show you how the swapper works. And then everyone's like, oh, but you could just use cardboard box to move it. And I had to be like, yeah, but this isn't... The video that I did was an automation video on how to automate it. Yeah, not a lot of people understood what I meant by that, I don't think. It's so annoying. But anyway. Are we done yet? No, not yet. Right, how are we doing with that? You're trying to make some Endrick components. Okie dokie. How do I make those again? That's not at all what I wanted to happen. Did I just crash it? It's having a funny 5 minutes. Yeah, I just crashed. Well done, Pilpoh. Okay, I got it. I'm back in. I had to pop it back off, but everything looks okay again now. And for some reason, did I put the wrong recipe in here? Oh, yeah. I had the flipping nickel in there by accident. Yeah, I put the wrong recipe in. There's this recipe here for the adamant. My bad. Anyway, seems to be working now. Did that work? Oh, you don't see it anymore, do you? All right, I'm going to have to pretend like you saw it right there. There you go. What I'll do, I think, is a good idea right here. I am going to break that, and I'm going to place it back down. I'm not doing that purely to fix it. I will admit, it does look insanely cool whenever you place any Oritech machine. That is the like biggest thing it's got going for it right now, is the fact that it looks insanely good. Oh, I love it. So anyway, sorry, that was amethyst, wasn't it? So if I do budding, there is a budding amethyst. Lovely stuff. Stick that up against that. There is a way, and I've been, like, a few people have mentioned this before, but I've looked a ton in the shader pack settings. That's not the button, it's this one over here. And I can't for the life of me figure out where the flipping, like, fallback. I bet you as soon as we look at it together, I'm going to see it. Where's the fallback thing so we can see the transformation work? I really, really want that. In fact, you know what we're going to do? I'm just going to show you this without shaders for a minute. I still think it looks kind of cool. Whoa, look at that thing. That thing looks really cool without shaders. I think it looks cool with shaders as well, but my goodness. Yeah, our base looks pretty good even without. Hey, there we go. That's what we wanted to see. So we're going to pick that one up. I'm going to put shaders back on now because we can. Yeah, it looks really nice with shaders as well, in my opinion. Anyway, we're going to do that. This is the place that I'm going to do all of my swapping and stuff. I wanted to get that one out of the way, but we'll do some actual recipes for this now. And we're not going to use the cardboard box again because, my goodness, that was scary, wasn't it? So, yeah, we want to do a bunch of recipes for this, don't we? By the way, this mod came out in 1.21.1, so this version of Minecraft. And it's already, like, one of the best mods, in my opinion. It's so good. It's got so much utility. This one is Celestigem, isn't it? Celestigem. There's no way we need these Celestigems, but I'm going to do it anyway, because you never know. Right there. This one is Eclipse Alloy. Eclipse Alloy, which I'm already smelting everything up for that. Right, there you go. That is all of them now in their processed states. So I can stick those back in like that. And now I can order like primal coal. And what will happen is it will put a block of coal right there. And then that will get converted by the Shadow Pulse goo. We should probably put like an interface on this at some point. And then we can just get this to pull from that interface when this one gets hungry. There you go. So now all we need to do is I'm going to make a pickaxe. In fact, don't I already have... I have this pickaxe. Which one is it? It's this one. Yeah. Which has got drops teleporter. Just going to set the drops teleporter right there. I'm going to turn off hammer because I put hammer on it a while back. I'm also going to turn off auto smelt. Probably should make a new pickaxe if I'm honest. Anyway. Advanced block breaker. Observer. We should definitely do an observer recipe as well. Oh well. I'll do it later. It's all good. So those ones right there. I'm going to do the same thing where that's not it. There you go. And then we just want to set this exactly like this. Now, I would love it if there was like a copy option for this. We do 1, 1, 1. I think it would be a 0 and then a -2. So we could do that. 1, 1, 1. That'll be a 0, and that'll be a -1. I think that's where we need to be. If we have a look. Oh, very close. -2, -2. Yeah, perfect. That's exactly where we want to be. Now we kind of have to filter this. So I'm going to do filter by dropped items. I did not mean to do that. Okay. Ferrocore. So we can drag and drop that one in. Oh, I love the fact that you could do that. Oh, this is going to be so tedious, me having a look through this. Okay, at just dire things. Fingers crossed. Yeah, they're all next to each other. I love that. I should have done this from the beginning. Put that one there. Where is Celestigem? There it is. And then we got all of the different... Make sure that's on allow list, otherwise it won't mine anything. Got all the different things right there. And then we put the pickaxe in there like that. And then all we need to do is grab a quickie cable like that. There you go. And it drop teleported it into here. So if we have a look, I can do, I don't know, like 100 of these now. I mean, we should probably speed this thing up, shouldn't we? There you go. So these are all converted at some point. And when they do, they will get... There you go. And you heard that thing just do its little scream. That means that it's going to use a skulk. It's working out perfectly, isn't it? Okay, let's do interface. Let's just do a quickie interface. And I'll do a puller card and we'll get some skulk. So it never runs out of skulk in there. I think that would be a good idea. Oh, we're right on a chunk boundary here. So we can go over here at least. Hello, mate. We can leave that guy alone. Right, so I'm going to do the same thing. So, which north, south? North and then south. Okie dokie. Right, let's give this one a go. 1, 2, 3, 2. And then this one over here is going to get the sensor. And I'm going to bind this one to this right here. And then we need to do the same thing where we basically say we've got a 3x3 area. And you're going to get in the way, aren't you? He's moved on to better job opportunities. Let's just say that. Anyway, so we want to make sure that this one goes... Which way is that? That is back... Okay, so we actually want to go that way. Yeah. We want to do the same thing with this one. So I'm just going to overlay that one. And I think it's -2. Yeah, they're both on the same thing. F3G. Let's get rid of that. Fine. Right. This one, again, we need to expand the area. So it's 1, 1, and 1. And if this one had power, in fact, the lux points, I'm going to need like a couple more of these. There you go. It instantly came over here. Do you see what happened there? Like, oh, and it brought the flux points with it. That's actually really useful. In fact, we probably don't need to power these then. That one's powered now as well. We do need to power the sensor though, which is fine. We could do that. The one, I'll tell you what. Let's get a little bit of power in here. Has it done it? Yeah, perfect. There you go. It brought it over here, and now we're making time crystals already. That is going to break, though, which is absolutely fine. Because, yeah, we need to put another one of these on here, don't we? Oh, yeah, you don't need power anymore, do you? Because you get it from there. Fine. Right, so this one, we are going to say... we need that time crystal again. Time crystal. Allow list. Right click, and it needs to be stage 0. I think stage 0 is what it is at right now. Is that right? Strong signal, stage 0. I can't remember what stage this is now. I think it's stage 0. You need to be linked. So I'm going to right click. That's going to link that. I'm also going to have to chunk load this area that we're in right now. So let's do that. We need to do the one in the... Let's go to Nether first. We can chunk load that one. There you go. And then we can pop back to our RV. F3G. Get rid of that. Don't need that anymore. So we're going to link that one to the final one, which is right here. Yeah, and now I can do a lever to bring that back. There you go. You are in the Nether. That means I've messed this one up. I do believe I messed this one up. So stage 2 is where we need to send it. That's when it's like orange. Yeah, this is where we need to be. Right. So this one, the sensor, and also I have it on the deny list. You silly sausage. Right, so the deny list. So that one needs to be on number 1. And then it will send it. And 0 in the end. Yeah, perfect. Okay. Right, what we can do is we can bring that back. There you go. Nice. Right, has that sent it to the Nether? Or has that sent it to the end? Should we go... I'll tell you what, I'm going to go to the end first. Because I'm just assuming that it's in the end. It's in the end. And there you go. And the boosted, yeah, I knew this would happen. The, yeah, these things have gone away. So I need some flux points in like every single dimension. Oh, you know what we could do? Instead of doing this with like all of the flux points and everything, I'm going to pop to the Nether and just see if there's flux points there. There is a flux point right there that I need to take. There we go. And then if we pop back to the RV, let's go see if there's a flux point. Over here, there is. Perfect. That's what I want to see. So there's flux point in every single dimension. There you go. It actually made, as I was emptying my inventory right there, it did a whole loop. Mad. This thing is so good, by the way, the boosted growth accelerator. Yeah, I've just been leaving this. And then this thing will just teleport it. It doesn't matter what dimension you're in. It will teleport it back. So now, time crystals, we got loads. There you go. Cool. Right, we're done, I think. We're done with just our things for now. Oh, actually, no, we're not. Sorry, we need to make that time fluid. So to make time fluid itself, you need to drop a time crystal into a polymorphic fluid. And to make the polymorphic fluid, you need to drop a polymorphic catalyst into water. To make that, it's a blaze gold and some nether wart. So I need to teach this. And then what we can do is we can encode the pattern for the polymorphic catalyst. Catalyst. Yes, that's what I wanted to do. And then we can also encode this one as well. And again, it's not going to have the time crystal, but that's why we put the time crystal in as well. And that's basically all we need to do. I am going to need to put this in an area over here. Literally where I put my waystone is where I want to put it. All right, tell you what, I'm going to move this. I'll make some of these advanced ones. I don't know if we need the advanced ones, but I'm going to make the advanced ones anyway. Now, this one is going to go here. This one is going to go here. You are going to... Yes, that is a point. Now, the reason I put them next to this is because these need power, obviously. And what we want to do is induction card. We just need like 2 pattern providers. I don't want to do them in the exact same place, if you know what I mean. So I can just do it like that, couldn't I? And then I could put cable there, or a pattern provider there, pattern provider there. And then I'm going to use a buffer. You don't need to use a buffer, by the way. You could probably use... These things are amazing, by the way. You could probably use like a backpack if you wanted to, but I'm going to use a buffer in this case. You are just really annoying now, aren't you? I didn't realize how annoying that was. So what this is going to do... A bit of peace and quiet right now. That's pretty good. What this is going to do is if we put in... That's going to be for polymorphic fluid. And that one's going to be for the time crystal. When we said that, we've actually got a water and a polymorphic catalyst, which is an item. So a fluid and an item in the same one. Shush. So if we do polymorphic catalyst now, or polymorphic, you know, the fluidy stuff. What we can do, you have to middle click. You have to middle click in AE2 for some reason. If we do that one, it's not going to make us it because it's just going to put it in here. So we want to make it so the fluid, so the water comes out and goes into the fluid placer, which is then just going to place it right here. And then we need the item to come out. And I'm just going to make another dropper. One of these frame glasses in the middle. There you go. So let's try this out. I'm going to use some pipes as well. So just a couple of these pipes right here. There you go. So the water is now in there and it has placed it. And I can do the same thing on this side, 1 and 2. And there's nothing in here right now because it needs the polymorphic fluid. So all we need to do is get 2 pullers. 2 brand new pullers like that. And all we need to set these ones to is pull from the back. This is actually kind of a neat setup right there. And then it's going to drop it in there. Did I pick it up? Why did you not drop it? I didn't put the dropper in yet. That'll be why. That's a point. Demagnetizer. Let's grab a demagnetizer so we don't pick it up with our magnet. There you go. Oh, that's even nicer in my opinion. Mad, isn't it? Anyway, so that one we need to tell it to drop to the bottom, and that's going to make the polymorphic fluid. Obviously, we need to pick that up as well. So, and I forgot about that if I'm honest. We might need a fluid collector. We could do that. But again, I'm going to need to do the same thing with this. Drop to the bottom. Is it called a collector? Fluid collector. Yeah. Fine. And then we could do induction cards in these 2. There you go. So that'll keep these 2 powered. And what we want to say is this one is just going to pick up any polymorphic fluid. And I'm going to tell it to basically point in that little area right there. So it's going to be, that's one itself. And then down 2. Yeah, there we go. So that's going to pick that one up. It automatically picked it up. We do need to have an allow list. Flipping it, that was quick, wasn't it? Polymorphic fluid. Why is it not letting me do the polymorphic fluid over there? Where I wanted to do it. Yeah, it doesn't let me do it. That's very odd. bucket. Let's grab a bucket. Okay, so we can at least do that. What? Okay. Oh, I forgot that you could do that. Yeah, it has to be like a bucket of... You have to use a bucket to do that for the filter. So, for example, I can use this in that little area. And it should be picked up by that, and it is. Lovely stuff. Right, let's turn off the render for that, and I'll do the render for this one. Like that, and then like that. There you go. And then what I could do, place that one in there, and that has actually got me the polymorphic fluid. Why has it not come up with anything? I mean, you're stuck in there because I haven't got polymorphic fluid, do I? As a thing that you can do. I'll sell workbench. So in here, we need to put polymorphic fluid and time fluid. And that means that only polymorphic fluid and time fluid can go into this cell, meaning it won't mess up. There you go. It's got our one bucket in there. Nice. Okay, so let's do time fluid now. And before we do, let's run over here. Do you see that we've got 200 time crystals already? Over 200 from this setup. That's insane. It might be quicker than the bee. I don't want to jinx myself, but it does feel like it might be quicker than the bee. Anyway, let's middle click on this one and we'll do 2 buckets because we know we need 2 of these. So we can watch this. That should... Why did it not send it over here? Yeah, why are you being a pain in the bum? You've got the polymorphic catalyst in you. Why have you got the polymorphic... What? Because we don't want it to pick up items whatsoever, do we? And where did the water go? Is the water not there? What happened? No idea what happened, but it seemed to work that time, didn't it? So, job done. But now we have the ability to make the time wand as well. Now, I had a comment when I got my time in the bottle that someone said, why are you not using the time wand? And it's like, but I don't have the time wand yet. I waited far too long to do this, to be fair. So, let's just get 8 of these. Oh, that's a beautiful sight, isn't it? There we go. And then I can just do that. Now, this time wand is basically the time in the bottle, but you can generate the resources to do it over and over. You don't have to, like, accumulate the time. I've only used 10 hours of my 84 hours I've been playing this. Since I got the time in a bottle, that is. So, yeah, there it is. And one of the coolest things you could do is you can actually use the time wand on the... on this thing. I'm going to go with it. Okay, I'm not going to go with it. Damn it. So, let's do another gateway pearl right there. No. Oh, yeah, I turned it off, didn't I? Let's put it back on summit. Activate. And before we do that, I forgot about this. Energy cards. I forgot to put my energy cards in ages ago. So, I'm going to quickly go do that. Am I fighting? So, let's do it. Now, this is really useful because we can punch this. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. There you go. And that gave us... There you go. That's all we needed right there. We needed the blood. So what I'm going to do is... turn that back on. Why? Oh, because that left the dimension as well. Did you hop up here as well? I am actually going to set this one to make me the dimensional shards as well, because it didn't take us that long to do the craft earlier. So I'm just going to put these things away. And now what we could do is set off all the crafts for this as well. So we're going to do that one. We are going to do the infused diamond as well. We're going to do the tweaker thingy, whatever it's called. Module plus. And then finally... we can use this to get the flight module right there. Yes. And I'm going to pop that one in. I think that's exactly what we needed. And then if I do flight, is it going to create it? Because it might have a... oh, no, it's fine. It did it. There you go. That's what we like to see. Flight module. And that is another part of the ATM Star. We are cranking through these. We might actually be able to do this before I go on my extended leave because, yes, I am actually getting married soon. Just putting it out there. And that means that, you know, we've got the honeymoon and stuff. So I won't actually be around for a while. I'm going to do a Pilpoh news on it and everything. So I'll talk all about that when that happens. But I do intend on not playing Minecraft the entire time that I'm on my honeymoon. I hope you guys understand. I only get one honeymoon, right? So there it is. Anyway, I'm going to call it here for today. So thank you for watching. Thanks for joining. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.